always a party at Patchwork, so let's get this party started. Woot, woot. How is everyone tonight? I had to turn my speaker off because I was talking to myself, and it's very weird when I'm talking to myself. So this is super exciting. It is Thursday, February 19th, 2026. Kathy's in the background like miming out the numbers of what date it is. So come on, Kathy, come and say hello.
Hello, everybody.
So Kathy's here in the studio with me tonight, and we have a lot of fun stuff.
A lot of fun stuff, as always.
As always. So we've been getting in so much fabric. We're just going to show you a little bit of that tonight. We have a new sample for you behind me, and of course, later in the show, we do have a bundle of the week. So let's make sure everybody can see us, hear us, all that good stuff. Woot, woot, woot. Hello, hello, hello. Make sure to like and share with everyone. I see that we have viewers from Florida, ooh, and Vegas. Oh my goodness, how exciting. So hello, everyone. This is just so great to see everyone here. We love it. Oh, and we have a lot of hello Kathys.
Hello, everybody.
So I was talking over the camera. So Kathy's sitting right behind the camera. So if I look like I'm talking to you, I'm also talking to Kathy. I know, it's kind of crazy. Oh my goodness. I haven't had enough caffeine. So let me pull up our show page today. Super exciting that we have a show page for today. The show page for last week disappeared. So if there was something that you need me to help you find, I'll help you find it. So, but this is really exciting. So, oh, thanks, Fran, for liking and sharing and posting and all the good stuff. Oh my goodness. So we have, oh, and we have Northern New York. I think we're just like having the pins from around the country right now. So just talking before we get into all of the great fabric that we have to share with you, I just want to remind you that next week we have Ticket to Quilt. So what on earth is Ticket to Quilt? Well, if you've never heard of Ticket to Quilt, it is a virtual shop hop where at 7 o'clock for 5 nights in a row, you visit different shops. And during that show, you get part of a quilt pattern. So you get to play along with us. We get next Thursday night, so during our regularly slotted time, but also then you'll want to watch all week, and I'll make sure to include links to you for that on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Of course, if you can't make it live, you can scoop up on a follow-up, but you'll be able to just kind of travel around the country and see some fun different things of some of my shop owner friends from around the country and pick up some really cool tips and tricks for making a fun quilt. So we're super excited because we are in the midst of making our quilt sample, which is super fun. The pattern seems really, really fun and easy, and we're of course putting a contemporary spin on it, which will be super fun. So it'll be great. Oh, and Darlene wants to know why you don't have a hat tonight, Kathy. Oh my gosh. Darlene, just wait. You never know what she might show up with. All right, so I'm just going to change our caption to remind you that next week we need to be watching the Ticket to Quilt. So also for next week, and I'll remind you as well, next week we're going to have a slightly different format. It's still going to be about an hour. We'll show you some new stuff, all sorts of good things, but it is going to be a slightly different format. So after the show, you're going to have to tell me if you like that format better or this format. I know you just love being and hanging out with us, and we love that you love hanging out with us. Okay, enough of my chitter chatter. Let us talk about the beautiful quilt hanging behind me. What do you think? Kathy's clapping. She's like, yes, talk about the beautiful quilt. So guess what? It is from my favorite quilt book, which is 12-Pack Quilts. So it is This Away and That Away. Okay, it's just called This Way and That Away, not This Away and That Away. It is on, I think it's the second quilt in the book, or the first one. There you go. And it is on page 12 if you're following along. The quilt finishes 60 by 76. The quilt behind me, we flipped sideways so you could see the whole thing, okay? So if you had wanted to, this also would be easily scalable to simply make bigger. It starts with, you guessed it, 12 fat quarters, and then you use a background, an inner border, and an outer border. Let's take a look at the fabric pack we put together for this fun bundle. It is a patchwork curated compilation of Ruby Star. So I didn't want to just use just one Ruby Star line. No, I wanted to play with all of them so you could see how they go together really nice. Okay, so let's take a peek overhead. So we have some of this from Paper Cuts too, which is their brand new line. Some starry. We have some salutations. Also salutations, I believe. I love that pen. Fun strawberries. And we did get one of the strawberry prints back in stock, which is really fun. A fun daisy with a little snail there. The super cute smiley faces from Egg and Friends. Some snips from Paper Cuts too. Really fun mushrooms and washi tape and little daisies on a diagonal and this really great linear graphic floral print. Okay. So this is the curated 12-pack that we put together, and I called it Ruby Star This and That Fat Stack because it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that to go with the this way and that way quilt. So this is not the bundle of the week. This is simply a gorgeous fat stack that we put together. I hope you enjoy it. It's a little bit eclectic, kind of fun, and let's take a peek again at the quilt. So the quilt, you can see, is a very simple block. We have a kind of a positive and a negative of the same block, and it is a 4-patch of essentially 4 patches. So I went and got the archived board, so pay no attention to maybe a couple wrinkles in our cardboard, but you're going to strip piece for the 4 patches here. You'll cut them apart and flip. Got it? Okay. And then you will make some 4 patches, right? So you 2 strips together, flip, so that's background, and then your one of your fat quarter fabrics. And then you're going to have connector corners. So a square with a little square. Draw your line, sew your line, cut it. You could also use your mini simple folded corner ruler if you didn't want to draw lines and you just wanted to cut it away. That would work really well. And then you'll assemble. So in this case, we used 2 different solids, but you can see that you have that little candy in the center. So if we look at the block, we have some where the background is more prominent and some where the focus fabric is more prominent. So 12 fat quarters and your background makes this size. If you loved this and simply wanted to make it bigger, well, you just get more fabric. So really fun. And Kathy, have you ever made this one?
This one I have not.
Okay. So, but we were commenting this past week. She's made a few others. We've been commenting that all of the patterns in this book are really fun and simple. And this is the 12-pack patterns quilt book. I think we have 55-ish left. And these are found. I had found them in one of my distributors' warehouses because this is out of print. So when they are gone, they are gone. But it is really, really fun, and we are going to be featuring a different quilt from this book through the whole year. So I know I have made most of you buy this, but if you don't have it yet, make sure to pick yours up. It is $12.99, which is a fabulous price for 12 patterns, and they all start with 12 fat quarters, and then you add a little something, something. So we were talking about, so we had met at our, what did we call our club? Our Packed Full of Fun, or we have a third Wednesday session for those who are in store. And we were talking about it last night, how with the Ruby Star that they pair really well with this natural looking. So we used Natural Bella, but what you could also do is a lot of their fabrics are printed on an unbleached muslin, and so I actually also brought out the unbleached muslin, which has a little bit of fleck in it. So if you really liked that look, because the unbleached muslin, which is really, really a traditional antique look, is also super contemporary. I know, it's like so odd that it is kind of both super traditional and super contemporary. So we had done that one. And then for the inner border, I just had this super cool pin dot. And then what we chose to do for the border is that I wanted something with a little bit larger scale. So from Salutations, there was this small cotton print, but then there was also a linen cotton blend with a little bit larger scale. So what we did is that we used the linen cotton blend for the border, and it is an alternate substrate, meaning that it's not just 100% quilting cotton, but it stitches really, really well, and you can go ahead and use that in your quilt along with your quilting cottons if you had wanted, or you can use those linen blends just for other projects like totes or garments or things like that. When we put the border on, and I'm not sure that you can see it at the distance, but oftentimes when we put our borders on, you know, we piece it at the miter so that you don't see the seam. But because there are so many different linear components to this print, we pieced it on the straight so that those seams would be less obvious for you to see. So I just want to let you know that you always have permission to just follow the feeling of the fabric as to how you construct things. So if you want to piece it on the mitered, on the angle there, absolutely. If you want to piece it on the straight, you absolutely have my permission to do that. All right, so we have that right there. Now, it also is kind of fun because we were talking last night and we featured this fabric, because if you are following things on social media in the quilt world, it is QuiltCon week. QuiltCon, it kicked off today. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And one of the fun things that Ruby Star always does is every single year they have a different theme for a fashion show of quilty fabric or quilty themed apparel in the week all the time. And so I, didn't get the memo and I didn't put on a quilty thing.
I got the memo.
But Kathy got the memo, and so she is playing along, oh my goodness, in some super cute, super fun, crazy bug caterpillar vest.
And they're this way and that way.
They're this away and that away. So if you love that fabric, you're going to have to tackle Kathy to steal that vest. It is vintage fabric. It is so fun and so cute. How many different vests do you think you have?
Many.
Many. And I love your tiara. It is gorgeous for the fashion show. I think you won the fashion show tonight.
I'm celebrating QuiltCon and the quilt and this and that away.
All right. So you just never know what you're going to get when Kathy shows up. You just never know. All right. So that is the fun project that we have. All right. So when I think Wendy's on tonight, and Wendy's on her way or already in Raleigh for QuiltCon. So you have fun, and you make sure to say hello to all of our designer friends in the Moda booth and say that Patchworks in Elm Grove says hello and that we had a quilt featured in our show this week in honor of QuiltCon. So we are going to move on to some fabrics. Now, because I lost the show page from last week, I didn't know, did we already talk about paper cuts too? I'm not sure. I'm just going to quickly run through those because that's the latest Ruby Star fabric line. So I apologize if we already saw it. However, we also got in a bunch of fun doodads, okay? So these are the cotton prints that came with the line. We have finally now all of the pre-cuts, and we have some pattern inspiration that I'm going to show you. So while I'm fanning this out, Kathy's just going to grab from the side the paper cuts to accoutrements. Did you find them, Kathy? Yay, Kathy! Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, so these are the beautiful prints that go along with the collection. So there are 25 beautiful fabrics in the line that we have. And we also got in the manufacturer fat quarter bundle that just arrived. So that's super exciting. So the manufacturer pre-cut has a little bit higher of a price tag, but you get some fancy ribbon and this really cool board. So it depends which way you prefer. If you're simply going to use the fabric, you can absolutely get our collection. If you want to collect it as memorabilia or have this beautiful ephemera of the ribbon, go ahead and grab the manufacturer bundle. We put together half-yard bundles as well. Of course, we have our jelly rolls, our layer cakes, our charm packs, and our mini charms of the collection. And then we have a few fun patterns. So I'm going to show you on the screen here how they look made up in this fabric, okay? So I'll leave those here. So we're going to start with Stay Sharp. So for Stay Sharp, we have it done up like that. Isn't that fun? And I'm going to make the little caption go away here so that we can focus on the beautiful quilt. So this is Stay Sharp. So Stay Sharp is from Pen Paper Patterns. Okay, it's this one right here. And it is a single size quilt of 58 by 67. And the cover quilt is made in solids. I would have the details if you want to make it just like the picture. And it is a traditionally pieced quilt pattern for the intermediate sewist and beyond. Ooh, and it uses 5 different fabrics for your scissor handles. But of course, if you had wanted to, you really could use a different fabric for each scissor handle. And I haven't looked at it to see if you could get away with using a layer cake for it or not. Don't know. So it does call for yardage. Let me know if you needed it kitted up just like that. Then, isn't that one fun? I think that one's super fun. And then we have the next one. Oh, and don't worry, Barb, we do have a bundle of the week coming. We just have to wait. I know, it's no fun to wait. So the next one we have is the Talia quilt. So the Talia quilt is from Kitchen Table Quilting, and it is a fat quarter friendly quilt, and the cover quilt is the version using the paper cuts too, and it calls for fat quarters for the feature fabrics, and then some backgrounds, bindings, and backs. Is that thunder in the background, Kathy?
I think so.
Oh my gosh, it's like storming. So hopefully we won't be trapped here from like some sort of weird storm. Oh no, we won't be trapped. Don't worry. All right, then we have next up, we have this one's fun. This is called the Jonah quilt. So this is kitchen table quilting as well. So we have a baby, it's in baby, lap, twin, queen, king sizes. I just love it when they do that. And this is fat quarter friendly for baby and lap. If you wanted to make the twin or queen, you are going to have to or the king, you'll want to pick up the half yard bundle, okay? And really, really cool. On the cover, it does show it with solids. Let me see if I can scoot that in here, with solids, but you can see how nice it looks when you put in prints as we showed on the screen. And then what might be my favorite one, but you know, there's lots of favorites. This is the Scattered Sprinkles quilt. And let me show you what the picture of that looks like done up in this. And this is from Whole Circle Studio. And this is a fun foundation paper piecing. And I'm really curious how they're calling it fun foundation piecing, because, so I'm really curious how it goes together, because those look like curves. So those must just be very specific angles. I don't know. I don't know. But it's really fun, and it is pre-cut friendly for strips, fat eighths, and fat quarters. There are instructions for 3 sizes for this project of runner, baby wall, and throw. Ooh. Ooh. So that is the different things. Oh, and Barb's letting us know that we are supposed to be getting storms with thunder. So
It's not raining.
It's not raining yet. All right. So that is paper cuts. So even if we had seen some of the fabrics before, I know you didn't see these patterns because I literally put them in right before, like seconds before we went live.
Close.
It was close. Kathy was stressing out. She really wasn't.
I was stressing out.
Maybe I was stressing out.
Maybe you were stressing
Maybe I was stressing out. But we have lots of great stuff being here for showing you. All right, so next up we have, what do we have next? Next up I have Hen House. So I know a bunch of you have been waiting for a Hen House. So with Hen House, we are still waiting on the collector bin, and I have the picture of the collector bin here, or the quilt that's included. I did put the collector bin project up in, or the bin. It's this fun little jar quilt that has all sorts of fun doodads. I did put the collector bin up in the Hen House. I put it in the Hen House section of the warehouse, of the website. I was going to say of the warehouse.
Patchworks Warehouse.
Of the Patchworks Warehouse. Okay, so, and I put the link, I don't know if I put the page for the show or not, but we have it again. There's been a lot of chatter, so I want to make sure that everybody knew how to shop. So we're going to talk about Hen House, which is a great new line from Gingerbread. So Gingerbread is a designer that did Night Owl. They've done a lot of great stuff. So we have some great fabrics here. Let's take a peek at Hen House. And I love the illustrative style that Gingerbread uses. So here you can see these really fun little hens, and with everybody raising chickens or wanting to raise chickens. I don't raise chickens.
I don't raise chickens.
But I think it'd be fun. And eggs are the perfect food.
And if you feed them strawberries, they poop out, or they make different color eggs.
Oh my gosh, if you feed them strawberries, they make different color eggs.
I saw it on TV.
You saw it on, well, if it's on the internet or on the TV, it's got to be true. Okay, so really fun. You have tomato plants here and our herb garden, little container gardens, little chicks. Oh, super cute. All right, so then we have this one, and this one, I love this print. So this is a whole bunch of different things. So you have owl, you have a donkey, you have a sheep, you have a pig, you have goat, you have bunny, you have chicken. Super cute. Then we have these swirls. We have the swirls in a different color. You have the little hens every which way. You have the chicken tracks. Chicken tracks white on ecru. This print with red chickens. Then we have some poppies here. And this is, like, I would say, William Morris-esque in that it has the floral style that it is symmetrical. So, and it's this fine line drawing. So you could definitely tell that she is very inspired by the stylings of William Morris. We have some bigger chickens, some super cute calico, chickens in a different color, and with a red background. This print, you know, really with this line here, you could have so many different things. You could have something that would just be super novelty. You could have just your floral pieces. Lots of great options here. You could have something that looks farmhouse picnicky with this printed gingham plaid with the flowers on it. Here are these chickens again with the green background. Just a nice swirly texture. Great animals with the blue ink on ecru. More chickens. We have this print, the focus print with a blue background. Oh, this might be my favorite flower here. I think that's nice. Blue chicken tracks. And then just more classic, very graphic. Probably the best view of those animals. With the black ink on off-white background. There. Another floral. And then the focus piece with a black background. So you can make kitchen accessories, you can make a quilt, you can make a wall hanging, you can do all sorts of really exciting things. I love this. So there are a bunch of fabrics in the line. A bunch, don't you like? I think 32. And we have it together in a fat quarter tower as well as a half yard tower. We have everything on the bolt as well. It comes with a panel, and we'll look at that. We do have all of the pre-cuts. So we have the mini charms, the jellies, the charm, and the layer. And we are going to look at, so we did this a little bit differently. We did the panel in two ways. Right now, the whole panel is the only one that is up on the website. So the whole panel is right here. And Kathy's going to hold it up for us. Oh yes, these are so unbelievably cute. Yes, love it. So this is an ample 36 by 45 panel. Okay, so there are 4 different components there. And what we also did is that we had cut them up into individual squares as well, in case if you were interested in making a smaller wall hanging. We're just trying something different, okay? Because sometimes maybe you don't want to make, you don't need a lot of panel, you just wanted a little panel, okay? So we have quartered this up, and in store they are currently available by the quarter panel, and then they will shortly be online in the quarter panel as well, okay? So really fun.
Very fun.
So inspiration for how you can use this, I'm going to show you some fun inspiration. And first up, I have this one is not with the panel. This is Hen Party by Coach House Design. And this takes a layer cake, some background, and then your borders for it. Super, super cute. And this quilt finishes 66 by 78. It is called Hen Party by Coach House Designs. Then we have Gingerber's Farmhouse Stars quilt. And this is a pattern by Jenny Wingenroth for Gingerber. This finishes 58 by 72. It takes a fat quarter bundle and then some background for the blocks, sashing, cornerstones, and your border. And it finishes 58 by 72. Then we have the Hen House quilt, which is another look at hens. And I think it's this one. Yes, this one is 64 by 76. And this is done with a jelly roll. So you can see that the hen has the little strips of fabric put together in order to make the little fun, cute hens sitting there. And then there is an ombre chain that goes through the quilt. So to get that little diagonal grid. So that is super fun. That quilt finishes 64 by 76, and it takes a jelly roll and then some extra fabric. I don't believe I have the backs of the patterns on the website yet, so I'll make sure to grab those so you know what the fabric requirements are. If you are interested in any of them to be kitted up that I'm showing you, please let me know, and we'd be able to cut it to order for you. Then we have Nora, and Nora is this one. So the pattern is, it's by Splendid Spec, Suzanne Jackman, and this pattern looks really different. Let's see if I can hold it up right for you. There we go. So it's a contemporary pattern, but it is covered to show the Hen House fabric. Depending on what size you want to make it, you would use, it's fat quarter friendly. So it is scaled to make a baby, throw, or twin full. And of course, if you would want to make it bigger, you could make it bigger. And this is just super fun because it is two different blocks, but the way that the blocks are put together, it really looks like it's much more difficult than what it is. But it really is a block A and a block B. So that's really fun. So it's called Nora. These particular patterns are shown in the collection. And then we have Panel Mashup, and I have been waiting for this book for so long. It is the Doug and Gundra from GE Design quilt book that we have, that has been out for a little bit, but we've been waiting for it. This particular quilt is called Under Pressure, and it finishes 72 by 86. It uses all of them. But it gives us the great opportunity to talk about this really great book. So I'm so happy that we have the book finally in. Panel Mashup in here, and we can just spend a minute talking about this book as well. Let me make this go away. All right. And there are a bunch of different patterns in here to use your favorite panels that are either squares or whole big panels. So you can see all of the different patterns that are in there that are great and really, really fun, different possibilities.
That's really cool.
So you got to grab it before Kathy buys it. She's like, oh my gosh, we need to have it. And so there's also placemats in here as well. But yeah, it's a really great book that I've been dying to get my hands on. And so I believe it's gone through another printing, which is why we finally have it in our hands. And it is the Panel Mashup book. You're going to want to get that especially if you have a bunch of panels at home, and lots of really good information. And if you know Doug and you know Gundra, you know that they write great patterns. So you're going to want to scoop this one up. And you do not need any special rulers for this. You can just use your regular rulers for it if you are not stripologying or if you don't have any fancy. This is just a regular pattern book. Okay, really nice. Yes, Iona, I've been waiting for that book too, and Lori already has it, so that's awesome. Linda wants to know if this would work up with our, so back in the day we had a pattern called Susie's Table Runner. It's where we used a focal print in the middle and wide, and so it wouldn't be for the panel blocks, but this would be great for that. So with Susie's Favorite Table Runner, and we can talk about that coming up in upcoming weeks, you want 3 half-yard cuts for making that, and this would be a great one to pair with it. So I think that would be excellent for being able to make something, and so thank you for reminding me about that, because you know, everything old is new again, and sometimes the really simple projects are the best. So that goes really nicely when you have a nice piece of fabric like this that you don't want to chop up. So thanks, Linda, for mentioning that. So a lot of people have been posting in the comments saying how much they love this book. So it is a $30 book. There are a ton of patterns, and it is spiral bound for you. So, and it's really just a workbook for being able to utilize your panels. And you know, sometimes you find those panels and you're like, oh wow. The other thing is sometimes you just get a large piece of fabric off the bolt that you don't want to chop up. And so for those large scale prints, you can also treat them like a panel, even if it's not a panel, if that makes sense. So I'm excited to delve into this book and start making some projects. All right. Let's see if, and oh, Janet loves using panels. Yes, lots of fun. Ooh, is Henny Penny in there? You know, sure. I don't know. Not specifically anything named Henny Penny, but I think you could have a Henny Penny. Why not? Next up, we are going to be talking about something super fun that I teased you with a few weeks ago that finally is available for selling. And what is that? That is Quilty Helpers. It is by Pammy Jane for Dear Stella, and it is so cute. So we have it on the bolt and in Fat Quarter Towers. It's on the website. So Linda, I think you were looking at this and kept on coming back and were told, she almost has it online. She almost has this ready to sell. Well, we finally have it ready to sell. So here are the fun little cats with your cute little sewing machines. This one here is super fun, and it can be worked with it. You could use it just as its own, and you know, as we had kind of talked about this, how it says, you know, really, really, really cute things. So itching to be stitching, cute as a button, seam, rip, purr, get her done. Done is better than perfect. I practice stitchcraft. Oh, that'd be funny. We need a sticker that says that. I practice stitchcraft. Maybe even t-shirts. Oh, that'd be fun.
I need a vest.
Kathy needs a
And
vest.
shorts.
Oh my gosh. Don't get me started on the shorts again. Shorts. I owe Kathy like 12 dozen pairs of shorts these days. All right. So then we have this fun one where we have a little bee with spools of thread. These are little cat faces, cat silhouettes, super cute. And then this guy here he's in multiple colors, so it is sort of that Morris-esque style again. So we have where it's the mirror images here with the dress form and then spools of thread, scissors, rotary cutters. So you have that in the orchid, the beautiful yellow, and then the peony. You have your tape measure piece here, and this one is tape measures as bows. Cute. This print is called Tangled. These are cats in thread. Oh, yoy, those cats get in the thread. Then we have Cute as a Button in either acid or this lovely purple. I think it's a lavender. This one here, this is called Kingpin. And for the non-cat fabric, this is probably my favorite piece of the line because it has a super cute pin cushion in it, and I love my tomato pin cushions because they are super cute.
What kind of voice is that?
I don't know what kind of voice it is, but you know, it's just cute, and it has, I mean, look at those little smiley faces in there. Okay. Then we have this, and this is called Catchiko. Instead of Sashiko, Catchiko. And then this guy here, and I need to look because I was on the Dear Stella website today, and there was like this cookie tin kit. So I need to call them and see what's up with that because that would be super cute. But I don't know what it is, so I probably shouldn't have told you about that, but it's really cute.
We love insider information.
We love insider information. So, yes. Linda, it's so fun. It's so fun, and I'm so happy that we finally got it up. It has been crazy. So we've had like so much going on here, and there's still so much fabric to be putting into the system, which is kind of funny. So just all sorts of exciting stuff. All sorts of exciting stuff that's going to be coming your way. All right, so that is Quilty Helpers. And Barb, just for you, if you are still watching, dun dun dun, oh, she is because she loves the pincushion fabric, just like me. It is time for Bundle of the Week.
Bundle of the Week.
Bundle of the Week.
Bundle of the Week.
All right, so time for the Bundle of the Week. We are going to be featuring Vice Versa and Friend. So this is a favorite line that we were able to get a little bit extra of and then share with you. And this is some gray and dark gray and black with some pearlescent on here. So, ooh, it is storming. Yep, good thing we're inside. So we have some, if you can see here, the shimmer of the pearlescence. So it's not metallic, it's called pearlescent. And this is really crazy, but I was like, oh, I hope my windows are closed. But of course, it's cold outside. Of course, my windows are closed. All right. It was cold out.
Your car needs a wash.
My car is getting a wash. My car was really dirty. So I'm super excited that it is getting nature's car wash right now. And this was designed by Kim Schaefer for Andover Fabrics. So these are 11 pieces from the line, and then there was this extra piece that was white with silver and a little silver metallic on here that I thought would kind of round it out for being our 12th piece. So that's a cheater 12th piece. But that is a beautiful bundle of the week, and it has a special price of only $24.99. So you are going to want to scoop that up before it goes away. But that is the beautiful bundle of the week. So yes, I'm glad that I was able to share that with you, and that would be perfect for any 12-pack quilt. What else do I have to show you today? Well, I have just a couple more things to share with you. We got in, we've been getting in all sorts of great Americana fabrics, and it's still in the package, so we'll rip it out and talk about it. So we're still waiting for the patterns. This is Three Sisters Patriotic, and it is, can you hand me a scissor? That's right, the non-fabric scissor that's right in that thingy. Thank you.
Pointy side down.
Thank you. We're being safe, super safe. Okay, so these are, I think, they are a much longer repeat here. Really, really pretty. And so not a whole collection, but you'll see how they go with different things. And we got a few bolts because there's some really great projects to do with them. So this is fabric here, and I just love how there's all the different dimension and texture with it. So we have sheet music, we have Constitution, we have portraits, we have eagles, we have flags, we have flowers. Then we have the same, nope, similar, different print. And this one is just monochromatic, kind of neutral, more neutral. Monochromatic is probably the wrong term. It could be, okay. So, nice architectural elements in here. Very nice print. Goes this way. Maybe I showed the other one upside down, I'm not sure. Okay, so you have lots of great components here and architecture and lots of great stuff. And then that print that I just showed you is also in a wide back. So really nice that you have a wide back, the two smaller pieces. How are you going to be working with them? Well, we're going to be showing you some different things. I haven't received the patterns yet, but we're going to look at a couple pictures of some quilts that we have. Maybe I didn't put them on. I thought I did. I maybe didn't include them for you because we don't have them yet. Okay, so we will be showing you some really great projects to do with them that are actually just like 2 and 3 fabrics that are really nice to be able to really focus on the pieces. But that panel mashup book by Doug, these are the kind of fabrics that I'm talking about, how you can use this as a panel, that it doesn't have to be a panel. You can just use this as a panel and then put other stuff around it, okay? But we have some other fun things that we're going to be doing. We have a few other Americana patriotic lines in the works that are going to be coming, and probably next month we're going to start getting into some more projects that are more Americana themed so that you can start working on your projects for the 250. We finally have our bundles together for Founding Glory. I think I talked about that for 2 weeks. I still have it on our show page in case if you didn't get to really see it yet. And not only do we have the traditional between that and the primitive gatherings, the American gatherings, we still have a few of the collector bins of that line available as well, and the box kits. We have some contemporary leaning and whimsical leaning Americana lines coming in as well. So really, no matter what style of quilter you are, we have some red, white, and blue covered for you. All right. Let's see if we have anything in the... All right, so Sandra, you had asked a little bit a while ago about price, and I'm not quite sure what price you are talking about. So if you want to just put a comment, I'll make sure to grab that after and send you even a link in the comments for what piece you were talking about. I apologize, I didn't see it right there. And is the jelly roll for the Hen House line on the site? You know, maybe it's not. I will check right after the show to see if it is with the collection, because maybe in my haste, it didn't make it online. Okay, but I assure you we have received inventory and it is in the store. So
Were you running around like a hen?
I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off before the show. Oi, oi, oi. Right? Isn't that a phrase?
Yes.
Yes, it's a phrase. So Kathy was saying, if I was running around like a hen, no, I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Kathy was scared. She was leaving me alone. Ah, all right. So, so Fran, I'll make sure that gets on the site for you. Okay. Well, that was fun. We did a lot of fun things today. So I want to remind you that next week we have Ticket to Quilt. So you are absolutely going to want to tune in to us, because we have a super special show with an extra special quilt that we have created for you. And if everything goes well, we're going to have some bonus projects. Ooh, we're going to be creating something that you're going to be like, oh, I want this every week. So we're not going to quite be able to pull off what we're doing next week every week, but we'll talk about if the concept is fun and if we need to do that once a month. We'll see, because it's going to be lots of fun. Kathy's excited. She's super excited. So she actually,
Not be able to be crazy.
but she can't be crazy next week. She has to be a little bit more toned down. She even changed her flight so that she's going away next weekend, and she changed her flight so that she could be here. I don't know if that's a true statement or not. I'm just saying it is, that she's changed her flight so that she could be here for the show, because it's going to be so super special. So you are not going to want to miss that. So Barb wants to know, we showed the 4 houses or hen house made into a quilt, and you didn't catch the name. That was from the panel mashup, and I'll send you a picture, that link picture for you, because I think it's different from the picture in the book. But it's from the panel mashup book, which is $30, and it is well worth every penny, because there are a ton of great projects in that book. So I'd like to thank you for tuning in tonight. I had so much fun with you. You are going to want to make sure to tune in not only every Thursday night, but particularly next Thursday, where we have lots of fun stuff for you. And you're going to want to stay tuned for all of the extra additions, because man, oh man, our back room is, or our receiving area is full of all sorts of great fabric that we have yet to put on the floor. So it's going to be coming fast and furious, and I can't wait to share all of it with you. So until next week, I'd like to wish you happy quilting, and we'll see you soon. Good night.